Hi there, Loy Machedo, Sweeney from LoyMachedo.com, and it was Loy Machedo. Today is August 5th, 2016. The time right now is 11:54 a.m. Okay, I just wanted to share with you my views on that is the Emirates flight 521 from Thiruvananthapuram. I hope I got that right. That crash landed in Dubai airport and burst into flames. Okay, first and foremost is. That was by far a very tragic event that took place, and the saddest part of the whole thing was the death of a firefighter from UAE, Jassim Al-Balushi from Ras Al Khaimah. Before anything else, I would like to pay my respects to him. I think he's a great human being. I think he's a hero for everyone, and he died. It's really sad. It's really very sad, and he made every Indian, he made every Muslim, he made every person from UAE proud of him. It's very sad. It's really very sad. I would tell you that we all lost a great human being. So may him and his family always be blessed. It's really sad. Okay. Having said that, I wanted to share my views. I wanted to share my views on this thing. What is going on social media? It's about if you see, especially in BuzzFeed.com, they say that a few hours after the crash, footage from inside the flight, which the evacuation was taking place, has gone viral. And what was so shocking and controversial about it was people, as they were being asked to leave, in their panic, what they did is they pulled out their luggage. They took their luggage before making the way to the exit. And ever since that was being there, it seems people were bad-mouthing Indians and talking about, I'll just read out what is written here. This guy from Abu Dhabi, who I don't know who he is, he just put, "I'm actually sitting here and feeling sick. These fucking rats have no idea the danger they're in. If until you have done one of these Indian sectors at stupid o'clock, you'll never know how they are." At the same time, QREKEY, that is Qatar Airways, or EK, that Emirates or Etihad Airways, the crew must have been just terrified. The noise of the video is chilling. So proud of my ex-colleagues faced with untamable bunch. Okay, now first and foremost is this person who has put out this rant about Indians. Look, I'll try to give you a very fair view, both the sides. Okay, first and foremost, he's saying that I'm actually sitting here feeling shocked. I've nearly been sick. These fucking rats have no idea that the danger they're in. Now, by calling fucking rats, he's talking about the passengers who are there. Now, personally speaking, I'll tell you, I don't blame this guy. Okay, because I've not traveled so much, but I've traveled, and I'm an Indian. I'm an Indian passport holder. See, this is I'm an Indian passport holder. Okay, and I'm telling you this, being an Indian myself. Okay, I've never been to India, but I've been in UAE my whole life. When you go through Indian sectors, I don't know what it is. I'm talking of the economy class. I'm not talking of the very educated. I'm not talking of the business class. The normal Indians, normal average Indians. It's a known fact. These guys, they really, for them, traveling is like a very big thing. So, one of the sectors that I went down to Bangkok. In between, there was a stopover at Delhi. So these guys were come to Delhi. The guys who came in, they were sitting as if they are actually going not for a flight. They're sitting on a bus and they're having fun. They were sitting on top of the seats. They were not sitting properly. They were exchanging the seat numbers that are sitting. They were moving here and there. They were throwing things here and there. And trust me when I say this, they all had horrible body odor. None of them wore deodorants. The place was stinking so bad. I had to hold my breath. I kept spraying, I had a little bit of perfume because you're not allowed to take a whole thing. I kept putting that on my nose because I felt like puking, They were stinking so horribly bad. The guy who was sitting next to me didn't brush his teeth. His underarms were stinking. Every part of his body was smelling of some strange curry or something like that. I couldn't take it. I just was... I was fanning myself. I couldn't bear it. And these guys are so loud. They were so obnoxious. Okay, they didn't know how to behave. And they were actually literally screaming. So just imagine one flight, and then even when the plane was supposed to take off and they're supposed to sit on their seats. They kept walking around, they kept screaming. The air hostess had such a tough time. I could literally see her. Everyone, hey, 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 hey. They were calling her like this. I mean, come on. And when she was passing by, they were passing very dirty comments. So I'm not saying this is just limited to Indians, but I'm giving my experience from an Indian flight, which I went, Jet Airways, okay? Then when the aircraft landed, and I'll tell you, I went to the toilet. Oh, good Lord, I couldn't use the toilet. I refused to go there, and I just sat down. They didn't even know how to use the toilet. It was manky. It was dirty. The guy didn't even shit in the toilet. I don't know how the hell he shat. He must have shat he exploded with his shit. It was manky. Oh, goodness me. Okay, and it was smelling like onions. Okay, and then when the aircraft landed, the aircraft didn't even come to a standstill, and all these guys stood up and they grabbed their bags and they're standing up ready to run out as if something is going to happen. It's like, relax, give it a few minutes. I mean, it was obnoxiously terrible, 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 terrible. Okay, so this was my experience in one flight. In fact, when I spoke to the air hostess, she told me that in some of the flights, she has worked in different airlines. I don't want to reveal her identity or her. In the flights where they give free alcohol, these guys keep drinking as if they're drinking water because they want booze for free. They don't know how to behave. It's obnoxiously terrible. And the way they are pushing. I was getting up just to take out my baggage. This guy, this Sardar chap, he didn't even wait for me. He pushed me. I said, wait, listen, hold it, man, relax. I'm taking my bloody bag. And my one bag was here at this side. There's no place to go. He still kept on pushing me. And then, he nearly fell down. And I was like, what the hell is wrong with you, man? So I'm giving you my experience from one Indian sector. Okay, one Indian sector. And this is how they behave. So just imagine, was it like I was only in the worst Indian sector? The problem is these guys maybe have never traveled in their life in an aircraft, so they don't know how to behave, they don't know how to act. And I'll tell you, being an Indian myself, it's a shame. It's a shame how these guys behave. I don't know about other nationalities. I'm sorry, I don't know. I don't know if all of them behave the same way. But for me, being an Indian, seeing how Indian people behave, it is ridiculous. They don't know how to behave. They don't know. And see, I'll tell you this. With regards to pulling the luggage, okay, now this is this controversy about they pulled the luggage and as soon as they come. Now, over here, I'm guilty as charged. Okay, let me tell you this. Now, whenever I travel, I take $2,500 MacBook Pro. Okay, $2,500. I love my MacBook Pro. I take my hard disk. I take a lot of important data. And whenever I stop in any airport, I buy expensive books. You see the books at the back. I have a massive collection of books. I buy some of the world's best books. So whenever I travel, at least minimum $1,000 worth of books. Now, if in case the plane did land, okay, or there was an emergency and we have to take all this stuff, my instinct would be first to grab all my luggage. It would be normal. I would take my expensive laptop. I would take my passports. I would take my cash because that is very important to me. And yes, if I could take my books, I'd take my books also. And then I'd run out. Of course, obviously, if there was a fire, exploding on my face, I would not do that. Okay. So what I'm trying to tell you is, it is a very normal thing. It is not just an Indian thing. It is not just a Pakistani thing. It's not Bangladeshi, American, nothing. It's a human tendency. So I don't know why people are making such a big deal about it. So my argument is based on two aspects. Okay. Number one is we Indians, I'm talking me, we Indians have a lot to learn, a lot to improve upon. Okay. So I don't think what this guy put over there is wrong, okay? But yes, calling the race and all that is slightly racist. We don't need to go there. You need to understand every culture has its own way of doing things, okay? So it's not the question of being racist, and I don't support that. But what I do agree with what that guy has put is, yes, it is sometimes very hard to manage certain sectors, and my experience on the Indian sector has been kind of crazy, okay? The second one is, what I feel this guy has put, he has put concern. He has put actual concern about, because he himself was an air hostess or, purser or whatever. So, it is a tough call. I'm telling you, if I was in that situation, I would have pulled my baggage first. and then I would run out. And if you actually look at some of the photographs and videos, the people, when they did run, they ran for a long distance, and after some time the aircraft exploded and caught fire. So what am I trying to say? The fact that I'm trying to say is, first and foremost, is what the guy did put up was a genuine concern. That's my first point. The second point, what I'm trying to put up is Indian sectors. I don't know about other nationalities, but Indian sectors are really challenging. I have been through Jet Airways. I used an Indian a flight where there was a stopover to India. I don't think I'm going to do that again because it was tough for me. Okay, it was tough for me. The economy class, I went there because it was cheap. The economy class, they did have an awfully horrible body odor. I don't know whether it was just me or was I unlucky to be in that aircraft where all these huge bunch of guys were smelly, stinky and all that. Maybe the other Indian sectors are smelling nice. I don't know, maybe different. Maybe if I would go in another aircraft with another bunch of guys, maybe they would also smell. I don't know. But I've traveled in all different aircrafts, okay, all different sectors. I'm just giving my view. Being an Indian, okay, the Indian one was the most difficult for me, really, really difficult. And third point which I'm trying to make here is, agreed that when there's an emergency, when you have to run out of the aircraft, you have to leave your baggage. But I'm telling you my opinion. If I was there, I would have done the same thing. I would have taken my passport, I would have taken my money, I would have taken my laptop, I would have taken my expensive purchases. Because, so many Indians do this. I don't know about other cultures, but so many Indians, they buy alcohol, and some of them, for them, alcohol is more important than life itself. I don't drink, I don't smoke, so many of them buy so much of alcohol, like they never seen alcohol in their life. They buy so many cigarette packs. It's crazy, And I'll tell you this, being Indian, most of it, the majority of us, because Indians are everywhere, a billion population. Okay, most of them are not rich. 80% are not rich. So obviously, whatever money they earn, it's very important for them. It's their life savings. So when they buy something, of course, you want to take it. You don't want to lose it. You don't want to burn it off. So yeah, people would have taken it. So I don't think what this guy stated and shared, it is wrong. Okay, that people, he expressing his concern that people. It's very hard to manage the Indian sector. Well, I personally saw an Indian sector. I know how it is. Being an Indian myself, now I realize. The second one is, I think he was sharing concern. I don't think he meant it in a racist manner. Yes, his choice of words were bad. And at the same time, Indian sectors are not easy. That's what I feel. And last, if not the least, I would just say that if I was there in that flight and I had to, grab on to something, I would take my passport, I would take my money, I would take all my valuables and then run out of the aircraft because I'm not a rich guy. Money is very important to me. And when I'm going to another country and I've taken so much of stuff that is important to me, yes, I would take that and run away. So Loy from LoyMachedo.com, and who's Loy Machedo, sharing with you his views on this. This is just my views. Let me know what you think, because I'm not being racist. I'm an Indian, so I'm telling you an Indian perspective. So this is what I feel. And, before I end, the one thing which I would like to say is, for that firefighter who died, once again, it's sad. It's sad that, we lost a good human being. When I look at that guy's face, it's so full of love. He's a great man. He's a great hero. And from whomsoever I know, I think we will always respect that man, and may him and his family be blessed. It's a sad thing that we lost someone, and it shouldn't have happened. Anyway, Loy from LoyMachedo.com, and who's Loy Machedo, sharing with you his views, and I just hope that those of you who believe in prayer, just share one, just give a prayer to him and his family. May they always be blessed. It's Loy from LoyMachedo.com, and who's Loy Machedo saying goodbye for now. Thank you very much for watching. We would love to hear your views. Goodbye for now.